If you want to run a more efficient and profitable Amazon FBA business, then you need to watch this video. Because after years of selling on Amazon and generating over 7 figures in sales, my team and I have tested countless tools to find the ones that actually make a difference. And today, I'm going to share with you the top tools that we use to save time, increase profits, and stay ahead of our competition. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what tools are worth your money and how to use them to take your Amazon FBA business to the next level. So a lot of beginners think that you need a million different tools to be successful with this business model, or they think that there's some secret software that all the top sellers are using. There's only 3 essential tools that have made a genuine difference in my business and over 100 of my clients' businesses as well. And I'm going to share them here with you today. So let's go ahead and jump right into my computer here so I can show you. Okay, so now that we're in my computer, I'm going to show you the first tool, which is called Keepa. Keepa is actually a Chrome extension, but also a separate website as well. So to show you the Chrome extension, I'll pull up the Amazon listing here. And this is where a lot of useful data is going to come from. Whenever you're looking at a product to buy, you need to have a Keepa chart to know if it's a good product or not. And I'll tell you why. If you look at this here, you'll see this is the price history over time. And if you're a beginner or not selling on Amazon yet, you might not realize that the price on Amazon isn't a constant price, right? It fluctuates and it changes over time. So you don't want to sell on something that is super volatile and the price is kind of going all over the place. So you can look at this chart here, which is the pink line that shows you the price of the item over time. And you can zoom out to a year or the whole kind of span of the listing here, which is 4,500 days, which is a lot. I prefer just to look at the 3 months and maybe go out to a year. And then you may be seeing this bottom line down here, which actually indicates the amount of sellers that are selling on this listing over time. So that's also something that's going to change throughout time. And this is important because it's just supply and demand, right? Like if we know a listing is selling, say 500 times per month, but there's 50 sellers on a listing, then the price is probably going to go down a bit because it's just supply and demand. If there's more demand, the price is going to go down. But as you can see over time, the amount of sellers is decreasing and this price is starting to go back up. So basic supply and demand there. Another very useful thing with Keepa is you can go into the data here, which is what I really like to do. And it's going to show you all the averages, a ton of other useful data here. When it says buy box price, that basically just means that's the price that the product is selling for over time. You can see the sales rank, which is very useful, which basically shows you how the item ranks compared to other items in the category. So a lower sales rank is better. It means the item is rating higher in its category and it's going to sell more. So you can see the average sales rank, the average buy box price. You can see how often Amazon is in stock on a listing. You don't typically want to compete with Amazon if they're also selling on the listing, which I'll get to more in a later video. But you can also go over here. You can see the stock levels of all the other people selling this product. You can click include historical offers, which shows you historically all the people that have ever sold on this listing. So super powerful stuff. It'll also show you the buy box statistics, which will show you which sellers are getting most sales compared to the other sellers in the listing. So you can see this top guy right here is getting about 25% of the sales compared to the other people here. So that's all super useful. I'm going to kind of jump over back to the chart. You can see this green line here is a representation of the sales rank over time. So the lower this is, typically the more sales that it's getting. So I'll get into more of that data in a second. But if we actually go over to Keepa's website, as you can see right here, they have something that's very useful and it allows you to sort through all this data that I just showed you. So this is the Keepa product finder. And basically what this is going to do is going to help you find products based on the name, obviously, right? So we can type in any given criteria and it's going to pull up products based on that and allow us to search and filter through these products. So say I want a sales rank of under 100,000. Typically that's a pretty good benchmark. You want it to be under 100,000. Anything over 100,000, meaning that it's ranked over that number in its category, is typically not going to be selling that much. So I typically look for a current, but also 180-day averages or 90-day averages, because you want something that isn't just currently selling well, but it's historically selling well as well. So you want to look at the averages too. So I want something that is currently selling well, but also historically selling well. And you can see this number over here, 14 million. That's a lot of products we're working with. Let's filter this down even more. I want a product that say selling between $20 and $40. And it's historically been selling for $20 and $40 over the past 90 days. So you can see that drops us down to 3 million products, which is still a lot. I want to make sure that Amazon is not selling this listing, so I'll mark them as out of stock. That brings us down to closer to 3 million. There's so many different things you can enter in on here. I'll go down here and let's say I want to sell arts and crafts, right? So I can do that. That narrows it down a ton. So now there's only 64,000 listings. And you want to get this number a bit lower because obviously you can't sort through thousands and thousands of listings at a time. So you might go down here. I think you can also, here we go, offer counts. I want somewhere between 3 and 15 sellers on this listing. I want that to be historically consistent as well. Just because if it's less than 3 listings or less than 3 sellers on the listing, it typically indicates that it's just the brand themselves selling on that listing, and third-party sellers like myself are not able to sell on that listing. So I'll do this. You can see that it's down to 2,000 listings. You can click Find Product, and it's going to pull it up, right? So it'll show you all the listings here. From there, we can go and just reverse source these, click on the Amazon listings, see if they're good, and then go try to find them profitably on another website. Okay, so the next tool we're going to look at is called RevScout, and I have that pulled up here. And I have some of these storefront names blurred out just for privacy's sake, but you get the picture. So basically how this works is this a reverse sourcing tool. So basically reverse sourcing works. You go on a listing that you know is already profitable. You look at the sellers that are selling on that listing, and then you go through the products that they're selling on their storefronts. And you can assume that if they're running the same business model as you, the products they're selling are also going to be profitable for you, right? Because they wouldn't be selling them if they weren't profitable. So you can go in, look through the products that they're selling, see what works, and then also go ahead and sell the same products, right? But the issue with that is you can go to any given storefront and they might have, 500 to 1,000 different listings, but only the products that they've been selling over the past month or two are most relevant. And some of the products on their storefront, they might have sourced or found or bought, 5, 6, 8 months ago and still might be in their storefront. So by you looking through all those old listings, you're pretty much just wasting your time, right? So you only want to look at the most recent and relevant listings that are currently selling now. Okay, so I have one of the storefronts pulled up here. And like I said, anytime the storefront adds a new product, it's going to send me a notification with only the most recent and new products that the storefront is selling. So if I look at 5 or 10 of these, for example, these are only going to be products that are being sold in the past month, and I know that they're relevant and I'll be able to find them profitably. So looking through 10 of these products is probably the equivalent of looking through, 200 products manually on a storefront. So this tool definitely is going to save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money at the end of the day. And I would definitely recommend it. You can see the Keepa charts over here on the right. You can see the products. You can just click this to open it on Amazon. You can click this to Google it, for example. Pretty similar to other tools that we use. And this is one tool that really, really, really helps. So now we're going to jump back over to our same Amazon listing here that we had up earlier. And as you can see, there's another tool open here on the right, and this is called SellerAmp. So SellerAmp is also one of the essential tools that you'll need. And by the way, all these tools will be linked down in the description. But SellerAmp is an absolute essential. So this is going to take some of the data that you've already seen on Keepa, but it's going to translate that into numbers that are easier for you to comprehend. So this is going to show you that this product is selling 200 times per month. And it's going to show you the max cost, which I'll explain in a minute. If we scroll up here, we can see this is selling for $31.08. That's going to populate automatically here. And based on this number and based on the Amazon fees on this listing, this is the max price we can spend, this $17.96 for us to be profitable on this listing. So we know that when we're sourcing this product, we have to go out and find this for less than $17.96. This is also going to show us if we're ungated to sell this product or not. And I have a video coming out on that next week. But basically ungating is just getting approval from the brand to sell their product on Amazon, and you can't sell it unless you're ungated. So right now I'm not ungated for this brand, so I'm not eligible, but you can just scroll down here and manually ungate that, which I'll show you in the next video. But it's also going to show you a lot of useful numbers, right? So say we're getting this for $13 from a supplier. It's going to show you that we're getting $9.46 profit per unit, which is a 72.77% return on our investment, right? And also it shows over here that if we got this for about $20 and we sold it for $31 on Amazon, then we'd be breaking even after all the fees that we're paying. So we can scroll down here, and it's going to show you a breakdown of all the fees. So on this listing, there's $8.62 in fees. That's going to come from the referral fee, which is just pretty much a flat fee on any Amazon listing that you're selling. And then also an FBA fee if you're doing FBA, which is, I believe, calculated based on the size and weight of the product. So that shows you a breakdown of the fees. It'll show your margins. And then down here, you can view the other sellers that are selling on this listing. So if you wanted to do some reverse sourcing or grab a storefront to use with RevScout, you can come down here. And then you can click on these storefronts, see what else they're selling. You can see if they're selling via FBM or FBA. And that is super beneficial to know just based on, how many other people are selling this. But also see that down here on Keepa, but it helps to see the stock levels as well. You can see how many each of these sellers have in stock. It looks like this guy's about to go out of stock and the price might raise up to this guy. So when you're looking at a listing to buy, that's also super helpful. But really for this, the biggest thing I use it for is for profit calculation. So, if I want to buy a product for this listing, I know that I have to get it for less than $17 or $18. And then over here in the alerts panel, it'll show you if there's any issues with the listing. For example, if there's some kind of IP issue with the brand, if it's a hazmat item or something that's not able to be fulfilled by Amazon, it'll show you here. And also if it's like an oversized item or if it's meltable or anything like that. But really these 3 tools are the only 3 tools that you'll need to run a successful Amazon FBA business. These are tools that have helped me scale from 0 up to 7 figures in sales on Amazon. And if you're looking for more hands-on coaching from me and my team, you can check out the link in the description. But regardless, I'm going to be sharing everything that I've learned scaling up my Amazon business. So please subscribe and stay tuned to my channel. And as always, thank you guys for watching.